very popular because it's very much a katha for ourselves. Okay? First few kathas we are like, yeah, okay, right, because nobody's that good. But the last katha with the Sadhu Vanyo and the way he sort of twists and turns, we love that katha because it's very much what we do. It's also a bit more spicier than the earlier kathas. But like all kathas, it starts with a question. And in this case, the question starts from the rishis who are doing a major yajna, Gnan yajna, on how to help everybody. They say, is there anything that really helps us get away from the miseries of life? So they say, okay, yes. Similar question was asked many, many centuries ago by Narad Muni himself. So at one time Narad Muni was going around the world and he saw that everybody was miserable. Why were they miserable? Because of their own karmas. And he said to Vishnu Bhagavan, people are miserable, I want to help them. What can I do? So Vishnu Bhagavan says, there's only one thing you can do. Get them to be authentic. Get them to be true to themselves. And then they'll be happy. He says, how can that be? So Vishnu Bhagavan said, that is the only way to be happy. You cannot be happy with yourself if you are being inauthentic to yourself. If you lie to yourself, how can you be happy? Then every other time you will see the thing that is not there. So Satya means the truth. This entire puja is about truth. And how to be true. How to be true to yourself. How to be true to people around you. And once you are true, you find that peace and happiness comes. Bhagavad Gita, that's not true. The moment you become truthful, all sorts of problems happen. Like it's better to have a bit of a white lie and a bit of a this and a bit of a that, because truth is too painful. That's not so. The moment you become true and you follow the truth, life becomes simple. Because one lie means you have to then lie another time to hide that lie, or to try and mask the truth and try and mask what you said last time, or you have to try and remember what you said last time and be as inventive as possible to try and hide your tracks. No, just be truthful. And you don't have to hide your tracks. You don't have to try and be anything other than yourself. But in life, we aren't like that. And so Vishnu Bhagavan says, if you want to be happy, just be truthful. That's the whole point of the puja of Satya Narayan, to tell us why we should be truthful. So they talk about this one Brahmin who was in Kashi, he was miserable, and Vishnu Bhagavan said to him, why are you miserable? He says, because I have a very bad life, nobody gives me money, my family is mean, they're demanding, I can't provide enough for them, I'm miserable in life. So Vishnu Bhagavan said, first and foremost, have a great aim. Don't be parochial, just don't think about yourself. Think of the greater world. You are living in Kashi, the most holiest, sacred part of the earth. So why are you miserable? You are a Brahmin. You have lots of people who come and ask you for pujas and things. Why are you miserable? Do the work that you do it honestly, do it with grace and do it with gratitude, and you'll have a great life. But when can I start that thing? He said, start now. We always wait for that one moment when we can start something great, because we think the right time will come and then we'll do something really great. The right time will come and we will donate money to the charities. The right time will come and we'll donate our time to helping a worthy cause. The right time will come and I will write my book. The right time will come and I'll be ready for my house, I'll be ready for my parents, I'll be ready for my children, I'll be ready for my wife or my husband.
Study for exams.
And study for exams. We find every excuse not to start the right thing, because it's so easy to put it off to tomorrow. So Vishnu Bhagavan says, no, start right now, and ajaj vrat le, I will be true to myself. And once you do the vrat, everything will happen. Being humans, we like something concrete, right? We can't just live in the world of theories.
What's a vrat?
Vrat is a niyam,
commitment?
A commitment to a cause. A commitment to yourself to, I will do something and just stick to it. So he said, okay, so we need something to hold on to. So we need something tangible. So Vishnu Bhagavan said, okay, you need something tangible? This is what you do. Decide to do the vrat, and then with whatever you get, with whatever you get, do the vrat. There is no need for $1 million before you can do charity, or $1 million before you can start the good cause. You can start right now. So whatever you get tomorrow, from that, make the prasad. Whatever it is. You don't have to have a kilo. You don't have to have 10 kilos. Whatever you get, just make prasad from that. And then do puja. So what is the puja? Just do the 1,000 names of Vishnu, and that's the puja. There is no glamour, there is no lots of people to be gathered, lots of food to be gathered, nothing. Just do puja with whatever you have and the 1,000 names of Vishnu. And what should I do? Gather your friends and family and do the puja with them. Why should you gather your friends and family? Because we are social creatures. We need people around us. And if we have people around us, we feel safe and secure. And the other reason is, if we are committed to ourselves, that will be true, we might waver because it's only to ourselves. But if you made a commitment in front of lots of people, what will happen? We'll have lots of people holding us to account. Right? If you say to lots of people, I'm going to start this, and then you don't start, people will say, your yard is still a mess. What happened? A month ago you said you're going to start your yard and you're going to plant new things. What happened? But if we just say to ourselves, we can put it off, put it off, put it off. But if we say it in front of lots of people, we can't put it off. Get everybody together, make a promise in front of everybody that from today I'm going to be truthful. I'm going to follow the truth. And then you have no choice but to follow truth. Because the moment you don't follow, what will happen? People will remind you that you're being inauthentic. Where's your integrity? So, first thing, Baddhani Satya Karva. And he said, just do the vrat and you will see the benefit of that. If you have a great aim, the great aim will happen. Because the universe, as I said earlier, is here to make you happy. Okay. A recent example, I went to Colombia just last week to help out at the Gandhi Festival, which is a festival of non-violence in Medellin, one of the most violent cities you can ever imagine. My mama runs the institute there. He's been doing it for 10 years. And he said that before he started the institute, he thought, well, how much can I do? You know, I only have so much money. My business is only so big, and there are only so many people I can convince with this non-violence business, because Medellin is really not a very non-violent city. It's a very violent city. And 10 years ago, it was very, very violent. There was the drugs. And he said, how do I make it big? But whatever I have, I'll start. He didn't wait for somebody else to start. He didn't wait for another organization to do something. He said, I will start. And I will start with whatever I have. And he said, this is in his, I can see that in his life because I've been there before. He says, after starting this, my business has grown 10 times. I used to have one house, and I used to dream of having a country house. Now I have 2 country houses and a beach house, plus my house in Medellin, which is a penthouse. And I have so much money, I don't know what to do with. So the more money he gets, the more money he plows into the foundation. But he says, how can I don't want all these things. I don't want the money, I don't want the houses, I don't want all of this, but it keeps coming to me. He's not using the money for himself. And the money keeps coming. If your aim is great, then God will provide. Why would He not provide? But a lot of the times, our aim is so me. God thinks, how much can I provide for one person? If my aim is for 4 people, God will provide for 4 people. If my aim is for 40 people, God will provide for 40, for 400, 4,000. But let my aim be great. And the other thing is, my aim has to be authentic. I can't lie. I can't lie in front of God and say, I'm going to provide for 400 and actually keep 100 for myself. Because God knows what we are doing. So God said to the Brahmin, once you are authentic and once you are honest to yourself, the money will come. So Brahmin did that. He was very happy. He had lots of money. He was very happy. One day, a woodcutter came to his house and he said, can I have some water, please? And he said, yeah, definitely. Sit for the katha. Once the vrat is finished, we'll give you water and food and everything. So the katyaro, the woodcutter sat. He saw the puja, which was very simple, just 1,000 names of Vishnu, which is not very difficult. And at the end of the puja, everybody got food and water and everything. The katyaro was very happy. And he said, what is this vrat? So he said, you have to be truthful to yourself. and the benefits and the results are for you to see. The woodcutter did the same thing. He made a promise to himself, I'll be truthful from today, and he had amazing benefits as a result of it. He made lots of money and he was happy. Then the next part of the katha is that once a merchant happened to be in a city and he saw a king performing the puja, and he said to the king, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? He said, I'm doing this puja because it's a good thing to do. It's good for me to be a truthful king and to be an honest king and to be sincere to my subjects, to my citizens. And what are the benefits? Because that's what we want, right? We all want benefits. So if being truthful is fine, but what are the benefits of doing this puja? If there are no benefits, I don't want it. So the king said, from this I've got lots of children as a result of this, I've got a lot of happy people, I've got a lot of wealth as a result of this, and I've got a very secure kingdom. So the merchant decided, right, I don't have any children, this is a good vrat to do if I have children. But unlike the king, he said, I will do the vrat once I have the children. Not before. But first you prove yourself to me, then I will do the vrat. So God said, fine. You want me to prove myself? I will prove myself. God gave him a child. He gave him a beautiful daughter.
Yes.
And he said to God, but I'm so busy right now, and this is the most busy season for work. I really can't do the puja right now. Let's do this vrat when the child is slightly older. So, fine. A few years later, the child was old enough, and his wife said, remember the vrat you said we're going to do, puja we're going to do? Yeah, but this is like really the wrong time. I have to travel, and this is not the right time. Let's do the vrat when the child is older, and we can do it. She understands what I'm doing. If I do it right now, he's not going to understand anything, and the child will just get in the way. So let's just do the vrat when the child is older. The child became older, and she was marriageable age, and she got a good husband as well. Very important thing right now.
Like us, no?
Exactly. So, and then she got a beautiful, a handsome young lad. Not only that, he happened to be a ghar jamai. Right? So, Sujay, what more do you want? Yashu beta, not here. So, the guy, instead of taking the daughter away, decided to go and stay with the guy. So, he got everything he wanted. He got his daughter to stay with him, and he got a son-in-law to stay with him. And still he forgot to do the puja. How many times do we promise that I will do something and not do it? How many times do we forgive others when they say the same thing to us? Usually, if somebody phones us twice and doesn't do what they tell them, do we phone them a third time? No. We say, Nilesh, let's not phone them. They didn't come last time. What's the point of phoning them? Yeah. What's the point of asking them, because they never gave, they never come out with us. What's the point? Parents and God keep forgiving us for years on end, but eventually at some point even they have to say stop. So God said, right, this person keeps being inauthentic, he keeps being untruthful, forget about me, to himself. So let me do a little thing and see what he learns his lesson on. So the merchant went for a trip, a business trip, and he made lots of money, but unfortunately he got caught up in some local issues, and the local thieves decided to put their stuff with his stuff, and then the king put him in jail without any investigation. Long story short. If you are untruthful and if you keep making up stories and nataks and everything else like that, and like the boy who cried wolf, at some point it will catch up with you. મારે ઘડી જુઠ્ઠું બોલો તો ક્યારેક ને ક્યારેક તો કોઈ તમને પકડવાનું જ છે અને કોઈ કહેવાનું છે કે યાર આ વાર્તા બહુ નથી ચાલતી. And so at some point in life you get caught out. And so this guy also got caught out, and he got caught out in a foreign land where he didn't have any friends and family. He got put in jail, he had no way of getting out of jail. And God, in the other side, took away all the wealth from his wife and daughter, and they became poor. The same people who had lots of friends and family and workers and everybody suddenly had nothing to eat. In life, People are usually around you when you are happy and you are wealthy and you are healthy. But the moment health, wealth goes away, you find the number of friends shrinks. That's life. Nana Vagarno, Nathu, and Nane Natha, Lal. People only respect you while they can get something from you, because everybody is selfish. Yeah? Children only come to parents while they can get something from the parents. Either it be a toy or food or rest or love or whatever. Okay? Once we don't get that, we're like, okay, parents, you stay at your place, I'm going to stay at my place. Yeah? But that never works. Koine par jeev matra swarthi hai. The only people who are not selfish are your parents. They keep giving. The wife and the daughter found that they had a really tough time. No friends, no family, nobody was actually even helping them. And they were having to beg for their food. God said, let me see how honest they are to their principles. So one day the daughter happened to be at a place where they were doing Satya Narayan Katha. And she sat down, she listened to the Katha, and at the end of the Katha, she got prasad for herself and her mom, and she came back home. The mother said, darling, where have you been? You are rather late, is everything okay? And she said, yeah, everything's fine. I've just been to a Katha. I've had great inspiration to follow the truth, and here's the prasad from the Katha. And the mother thought, wow, we forgot. We had promised God that we would do this Katha, and we forgot. We have not been honest enough, we've not been authentic enough in our promise to God. She said, right, with whatever I have, I don't have much now. I had lots before, but I don't have much now. But whatever I have, I'll do puja. Most of my relatives don't come and visit me anymore, but whichever relatives will come, I will invite them over and we'll share whatever we have. She did the puja. God said, okay, you've been truthful your end, I will be truthful my end. And he said to the king, he came in the king's dream and he said, you imprison people unnecessarily, without investigation, without doing a proper job. So unless you do your job, I will do my job, which is to punish kings who are not being good. The king said, well, that's unusual. I always, I'm a good king. I always look after my people. I always investigate all crimes properly. What happened here? So he immediately had the crime re-investigated and found out that he made a mistake, so he released the merchant. Long story short, the merchant got everything back. He got more than what he wanted because the king decided to pay him back in full, and all his losses were covered. And he decided, well, I've had a really rough time in this kingdom. Rather than staying here, let me go back and not stay here anymore. He decided to go back, and God came to him and said, what's in your ships? What are you trading in? And thinking that the sadhu was asking for some money, and if I say I've got clothes and jewels and metals and things, he will ask me for some of that. He said, I got nothing. This is what we normally say. How is it going? Dal pani nikalta hai. That's what we say. All we are getting is enough to cover our expenses. We never say we are so happy that we've got more than enough. Yeah? If anybody asks you, how are you doing? How's your business doing? It's like, it's okay. Yeah? Glass is half full. It's not half empty, but it's half full. We never say that our life is brimming with joy. We have everything, and yet we never say our life is brimming with joy. Why don't we thank the lucky stars that we have? If we have good children, if we have spouses that are good to us, if we have jobs that are paying us well, why don't we say we have a good life? But we always say, it's okay, it could be better. Isn't it better already? Better than what it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago? Most of us came from villages in some interior part of India. We came to Mumbai, or we came to London, or we came to Kenya, or we came here, and now we are here in this country with everything provided for us. Aren't we in a better place than where we were 20 years ago? Isn't our cup brimming with joy? And yet what do we say? Chale. Chale. Dal pani nikle, bas. No, our life is full of joy. And yet, most of the time, we do not acknowledge the great things that are there in our lives. You know, once the children grow up, when you were young, you were a very good boy. But trust me, when he was young, you told him off even then, right? Did we thank the child for being a good child? No. Why don't we thank our parents, our children, our spouses, our friends for being what they are to us? Yeah? Nilesh phoned what, less than 24 hours ago? And all of you are here. Isn't that a fantastic group of friends to have? So we should be grateful for the group of friends that we have. So instead of saying I'm grateful, the Vanyo said, you know, challenge. And God said, okay, challenge hai. Life is what we reflect it to be. If we think our life is miserable, guess what? Our life will be miserable. If we think our life is great, our life will be great. Life is a mirror. What you look into it, what you project into it is what you get out of it. Are we projecting our energy, our enthusiasm, our joy in our work? If we are, that's what we get back from it. If we say our work is miserable, it's a drudgery, it's a daily chore, it's like, oh, I have to wake up at 8 o'clock every morning or 5 o'clock or whatever, and I have to go work every day, and I hate the drive, and I hate the colleagues, or I hate the work I'm doing, then the work you get will be misery. It will be a drudgery for you. But if you enjoy your work, it will be joy. If you think your children are horrible to you, savarna poti, gusso, then that's all you'll get is gusso. Because that's what you're projecting to your children. If you project joy and love in your relationship, whatever that relationship may be, joy and love is what you will get back. So the Sadhuvanya said, I have nothing in my ships except pan and lata. All I have is... Yes. Then that's what he got. So the moment he went back on his ship, he saw there was nothing there. He's like, what happened to all the wealth I had here? And his Jamai said, you lied. You lied to a sadhu just a few minutes ago, and this is the result. Don't lie. In life, why should we lie? But we lie for the smallest things, because we think a lie is easier than a truth. It really isn't. A lie is a lie is a lie. It will always remain a lie. Whereas truth is truth will always remain a truth. And if you say the truth, it might pinch you a minute, but in the long run, it will be better than lie. Lie might benefit you just now. But like the boy who cried the wolf, next time when you are found out, the people will stop believing you. So the Vanyo went back to the sadhu and apologized. And God said, why are you doing this? You promised to be good 18-20 years ago when your daughter wasn't even born. You promised to be truthful. I gave you everything. And yet you continue to lie. Why are you doing this? Satya is Narayan. Narayan means that which is everywhere. Narayan means that which is everywhere. Truth is everywhere, and truth is everything. Even the people who lie expect to be told the truth, don't they? If somebody lies to you, how do you feel? You feel miserable. And you feel like, how could they lie to me? Yeah? If they lie to you in the advertising, you think like, but they it was on the box. It said this is what will happen. Why didn't it happen like this? Don't we know all advertisers lie? But we still expect them to tell the truth. Right? We expect the CV that we get for the person we are employing to be full of truth, don't we? And if that CV doesn't turn out to be truth, what do? We get angry and upset. But the job description we sent out, was it truthful? It was partly truthful. We expect truth. We don't always give out truth. Our biodatas have like, this person can sing, dance, and do everything, but can they really sing? And then we wonder. Then we wonder why our lives are like this. But were we truthful when we went out to look for a partner? Did we say this is what we do? This is what we want in our partner? Did we say this is what I can offer? No. We said we can offer something completely different, because this is our ideal that we can offer. This is what we actually offer. I'm very understanding. I'm a really nice guy.
You are.
I'm really a nice guy? I don't know. So it's, the more truthful you are in life, the more Satyanarayan you will experience. And the more Satya you experience, the greater your life will be. Gandhiji's life was my experiment with truth. Truth is something that he actually lived every single day of his life. And he said, this is my experiment, because I had to try and be truthful every single day. I cannot afford to be anything other than that. The moment I'm inauthentic, the moment I lie, the moment my integrity goes down, the moment my sincerity and honesty goes down, the product I will create will be wrong. If I want freedom, I want freedom with truth. I don't want freedom tainted by blood. I don't want freedom tainted by lies. I don't want freedom tainted by misery. That was his aim. We can argue whether he achieved his aim or not achieved his aim. We can argue that India broke into 3 pieces. We can argue that India still has poverty, India still has misery, India still all of that. But look at India compared to some of the other countries that became independent at the same time. Relatively, we're at more peace than most of the other countries. We still have democracy. We still have the idea of live and let live in our country. If your aim is great, you might not achieve. If you aim high, you might achieve low. But if your aim is low, you are not going to get anywhere. Okay? So let your aim be great. Let your ideals be amazing. Let your thoughts be so inspiring that others will want to follow them. There are lots of ways of achieving your aim of freedom. If you asked Napoleon, the aim of how to get freedom was to fight. If you ask one of the other people, they'll say, yeah, you have to be theologically correct and you have to kill anybody that doesn't believe in your theology. You ask somebody else, they all try the different ways of becoming free. Gandhiji said, my way of becoming free will be through truth and non-violence. And he has inspired Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King. He's inspired other people in the future to achieve their freedoms, their way, through truth and non-violence. Whatever work you do, whether it be working with viruses, whether it be working with solar panels, whether it be working with medicine, whatever you do, it could even be a beautiful shop you set up. Set up your shop and have an ideal that is inspirational to everybody else. Let it not be something that you are so miserable with that nobody is inspired by you. If you are miserable, how can you inspire somebody else? How can you inspire the people that you are working with? How can you inspire your boss? How can you inspire your workers? How can you inspire your children? Let your work, let your life be so inspirational that generations from now will say, this is the person that I want to follow. So this merchant decided, right, enough lecture, bye, I'm not going to listen to this. I'm going to do the puja, I'm going to get it over and done. So he did the puja and regained his wealth. He went home. His wife and daughter came to receive him. And this is where the Brahmins get in the way, right? No. She didn't take the prasad and her husband disappeared and all that sort of stuff. Prasad is our way of saying this is God's gift. Are we grateful? That is what prasad is. Our attitude of gratitude. If we don't have attitude of gratitude, all the work we do goes down the drain. If today, having come, 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the morning, Sunday morning, the one day you could really relax and rest. You come all this way. If Nilesh and Seema don't say thank you, what will you feel? Miserable sod. I'm not going there again. Right? Where is our attitude of gratitude? That's what prasad is. Prasad is our attitude of gratitude. Prasad is what God gives back to us and says, thank you for coming to my puja, here's the food. If you don't take it, God says, well, you're being miserable, isn't it? We have to be thankful to the person who has come to our function, to our thing. We've come to the puja, so God is saying, thank you for coming to my puja, here's my return gift to you. And if we ignore that, then God's like, why are you doing this? This is my present to you. You come to me, you ask for something. Yeah? We've all come to God asking for something. Somebody's asked for a good son or a good daughter or a nice husband or a husband who'll behave or a husband who... or they've come for a good job or they've come for a good life or better health. God is saying, I'm giving it to you. And if we then say, no, I don't want it, that's us saying no to the prasad. So we should accept the prasad that God is giving us, because it is the gift of God. It might sound that this is not exactly what I wanted, this is not the return present I wanted, but trust me, this is what's good for you. That's why it's in your bag. This is, in short, the whole katha without the Sanskrit and the Gujarati and the Hindi. This is what we have to understand from the katha. God provides. Are we willing to take it? We have a life. Are we willing to accept the life we have as our life? This is what we have created. Take responsibility for what you have done. That's what God says. In Mahabharata, the Pandavas are in exile for 13 years, and God comes to visit them, and the Pandavas are saying, this is what has happened to us. And Krishna says, well, who threw the dice? You threw the dice. Guess what? The misery will come to you because you didn't think. And not once. I saved you the first time. The first time you threw the dice, you lost everything. I gave everything back to you. And you went for the game again. Didn't you understand the first time that this is not the right way for you? If we don't take responsibility for our lives, who are we going to take responsibility for? But you see, we all want someone else to take responsibility. It's my father's fault, it's my mother's fault, it's my teacher's fault, my employer's fault, it's the government's fault. If nothing else, it's his or her fault, right? But never my fault. If in life we start taking responsibility for what we do, we find life suddenly becomes clear. If I'm miserable, it's because I didn't act. If I'm miserable, it's because I didn't see the joy in my life when I had it. I didn't see the wife or the children or the parents or the boss that I had, or the colleagues that I had, or my customers that I had. In life, we have to take responsibility. And that's what all these kathas are for. That's what all the kathas, whether it be Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad, Satya Narayan, that's all they are for. Take responsibility. Be truthful. Be honest. That's all God is. There is nothing else beside that. So this puja of Satya Narayan is Satya Narayan. To be always truthful. That's all the puja is about. You can do all this colorful stuff because Bhagavad likes flowers. He likes all the nice smelly attars, he likes all the bathing stuff and everything. That's for our joy. God doesn't really care for all of that. He just expects us and wants us to be truthful. And that is the whole aim of this puja. And if we can achieve that, then our entire aim of doing this puja will be achieved. Shri Krishna Parastu.